Hi guys, welcome back to another video. And in today's video, you don't have one but two beautiful faces, or probably a nicer face than my face that you're normally seeing. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about, as the thumbnail suggests, Jamaica to Nigeria. Today I have my very special friend with me, who I'm going to ask to introduce herself just a short bit.
Oh, my name is Kemi Odewade. Just call me Kemi. It's simple for you to know. Kemi is better for you. The long name is long, and I'm the founder of Care to Moms Network, a platform for new moms and pregnant women.
Hi, Kemi. So as her name suggests, Kemi, that's the name that we have to use because the names are longer. So Kemi is from Nigeria, and I'm super excited to do a video today to speak about the similarities that we actually have with Nigeria and Jamaica. But just a little backtrack, but I don't know if you realize that anywhere we go, for me specifically, once we see the Africans, the Caribbean and the Africans, we just gel together.
Yeah.
We just meet up, we laugh, everything like we're some long lost sisters or some brothers. It's like we knew each other existed, but when we meet up, we're like, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, it's a great connection. What you think?
Yeah, do you know even most of the shops that you go to, you see Caribbean, African.
Right.
So most of the things they sell there, and you're wondering, this is supposed to be Caribbean, but you see African things there, and
Right.
it's so sweet to see that most Caribbeans are we are somehow interrelated, we are somehow similar, and we just flow along.
We flow along, and what I always say is that we are just separated by a boat. We're like 5,000 miles away, but we're just separated by a boat. And when you go into the different supermarkets, you see Caribbeans and you see the Africans.
Yeah.
But today, what I want to talk about first is in terms of our culture. Sometimes on social media, we see people do similarities, and you're like, hey, we are very similar. One thing I'm going to talk about, so I'm a nurse, Kemi is a nurse. So whenever we have lunch, Caribbean for me, it's always rice. And when I ask, what do you bring?
It's rice. Rice, it may be different flavor, jollof rice, fried rice and stew, rice and beans, but it's rice.
So the jollof rice, I've heard of the jollof rice, and is it that yellow rice?
Well, my kids will call it the orange rice.
Okay.
The yellow one is the fried rice.
Fried rice.
So it's just the color, the one that looks orange, but my children call it orange rice or the red rice, but it's the jollof rice.
And the rice, I know that you guys eat sometimes with your hands. Is that the same thing?
Yes, we do. When we eat, we call it swallow. It's generally swallows because you swallow it, like you don't chew that, you swallow it. So we use our hands to eat the fufu.
Oh, that's the fufu,
eba,
right.
amala. So, but I discovered here in America, it's everybody calls fufu or the swallow fufu. But what we call fufu in Nigeria, it's the stuff made with cassava. That's the real fufu. But everywhere, anything you swallow here is called fufu, and so it's fufu, and we use our hands to eat it. It's actually more sweeter. I believe it's sweeter when you use your hands to eat it than if you're using the fork and you're just doing that. No.
And I'm glad you mentioned cassava, because in Jamaica we actually have the cassava. We use it to make cassava flour, and then we also use it to make something called bami. And sometimes we fry it, soak it in milk. I'll put up a picture on here so we can showcase it. Okay. And we even have cassava chips. We fry it and eat it like banana chips. And we eat like the cassava, like bami, we call it bami, and we eat it with like fried fish. So some similarities right there. So whenever I hear about the fufu and the cassava, I always remember like the bami or the chips. So still on the food, we have yams in Jamaica.
Yeah, we have yam. We have yam. We use yam for pounded yam. Pounded yam, so you can eat it like fufu.
So pounded means like you put it in flour, like you get a flour.
No, you cook it, then you pound it. You not put salt in it. You pound it, and you pound it till it draws, and you can use it to swallow anything, any soup. Then you can use the same yam for porridge. You can use the same yam for fried yam. You can use the same yam for yam pepper soup.
Okay. So we use yam too, but mainly for soups. And we have different types. I don't know if you have different types of yams back in Africa. In Nigeria, we have the
Yes.
renta yam, we have the yellow yam, and we also have that special yam I put on here. So we have different yams, and we mainly use it for soups, and we can use it when we do like brown stew chicken with dumpling, bananas, and
Mm.
yams. And we boil it.
Whoa. We can boil our yam. We also use the yam for
Mm.
soup. The part of Nigeria, the Igbo people
Mm-hmm.
use it to make white soup. You
Mm.
can use it as a thickener for white soup. They call it mfasala.
Mm-hmm.
I can't pronounce it because I'm not Igbo, I'm Yoruba. And so you can also use it as porridge. You can use it to eat the yam pepper soup, and it's just so nourishing when you mix it with other stuff, not just eating it dry like that. And it's sweet.
Sweet, okay. And I know that we were talking earlier about something that we call the pepper pot soup that we have in Jamaica. It's like we use like some people said it's callaloo soup. I know some people said we use the chocha leaves to make that. I don't know if you guys have that because I saw someone is speaking about the
Mm-hmm.
similarities with that soup too.
Yeah, it may not be exactly that that leaf,
Mm-hmm.
because I think everything about the soup is green. We also have some kind of soups that we use different leaves, and it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be green, and you use it to eat. You can eat it alone. You can eat it to eat rice. You can use it to eat the swallow, and we can combine different leaves that will
Mm.
make it green soup.
Right, with different leaves. I think they
Yes.
do that back home too,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a lovely soup. So still on the food, there's not something else we want to touch on. Caribbean too, not only Jamaican, we love beef patties.
Mm.
And no, I don't know if you guys do, beef patties. I think you
Yeah,
guys call it meal patties or
most of our parties we
mm-hmm.
use meat.
Oh, okay.
Most of our parties, most Nigerian parties, you use meat. There's no party in Nigeria that you don't get the meat.
Mm-hmm.
You
We have
get
that too.
chicken, you get
Beef.
different beef, you
Mm-hmm.
get different
So
varieties.
the best one that we normally talk about, which is very expensive, is the cheese patty. Do you guys have that? That's like
Cheese.
cheese mixed with beef.
No,
Oh.
we don't have cheese. We make beef. What we usually use beef to do. We can use it to make stew. We can
Mm-hmm.
use it to make pepper soup. There's goat meat pepper soup. There's cow meat pepper soup. There's chicken pepper soup. There's fish pepper soup. And so you can use the meat. We can use meat also to do suya. That's the that one is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You roast it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you put some, they call it the suya spice. You put it on it, then onions, and you can use it to eat fried potatoes,
Mm-hmm.
and you can use it to, you can just eat it like that, but it's very interesting, and it's something very peppery, and so as you're eating it, you are you'll be salivating, and it's
So
very interesting.
I like the fact that you also mentioned potatoes. So back
Mm-hmm.
home we have potatoes and we have sweet potatoes. Do you guys
Ah,
have
we
that?
have sweet potatoes. My girls have been longing for sweet potatoes. But I discovered here in America,
Mm-hmm.
there are different types of
Right.
potatoes. I see orange potatoes. No, that's not the sweet potato. The orange potatoes here is very matchy, very soft. No,
Mm-hmm.
that's not the sweet
So you're
potato.
used to the
The
hard
hard
purple
sweet,
looking. That's
yeah,
what we have back
sweet
home
potatoes,
too.
we have that, and
Mm.
we have the Irish, but Irish
Mm-hmm.
potato looks like it's general for everyone, but
Right.
the sweet potatoes, I'm not really seeing the sweet potatoes here, but the fact that the Caribbean, so if I'm looking for sweet potatoes, think I'll go to the Caribbean
Right.
supermarket to find the sweet potatoes.
All right. So we have exhausted some of the food. First and foremost, I can't forget plantains.
Oh my
Yes,
god, plantain, very well, we have plantain.
plantains. So back in Jamaica and the Caribbean too. Let me not single out anybody. We have the plantains, and we normally fry the plantains. We eat it with our lunch. We eat plantains with basically anything.
Oh.
So how do you guys do your plantains?
Oh, plantains, we have the fried plantains,
Mm-hmm.
we have the boiled plantain, we have the roasted
How do
plantain.
you do that one?
You roast it, just peel the back and roast it.
Okay.
You can eat the roasted plantain. In
Mm.
fact, that's very interesting because you eat it with either granuts
You
as
eat
a
it what?
snack, with granuts,
Granite.
yeah.
Oh.
You eat it as a snack,
Mm.
or you fry pepper with they call it pomo. Pomo is is a peppered meat back, the back of the skin of the back skin of the cow. You
Oh.
cut it into small bits and
Mm.
put pepper, rub it in pepper. Then
So,
use the plantain
mm,
as you use this pomo sauce
mm.
with the with plantain. I've forgotten the name of the what we call it in Nigeria, but roasted plantain.
Roasted plantain, so you guys do that. I like how you mentioned cow skin. How do
Yeah.
you? We have that back home in Jamaica too. And we make so
Interesting.
we make a lot of dishes with that. So can you tell me about a dish that you make with the cow skin?
Oh, the cow skin. Let me call it the way we call it in Nigeria. We call it pomo so that nobody come arrest us when I call it cow skin because cow skin. In fact, I just bought some cow skin yesterday, and you can cut it into pieces.
Mm-hmm.
You can use it to you pepper it. You call it peppered pomo.
Mm-hmm.
So you mix it, spice it up, and just you can next time you come to my house, maybe I'll give it to you.
Right.
You
So you
sauce it.
try. You give me your cow skin, and we can try the Jamaican
Yeah.
cow skin. So we have touched on food, and we're now going to touch on language. I know back home in Jamaica and certain Caribbean islands, we have distinct languages, but standard English is the main one back in Jamaica, and we have the Creole that we speak back home.
Okay.
And know for Nigeria now, you have different languages. How many languages do you have in your country?
Oh my goodness, we have a lot of languages, but there are three major tribes in
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria, which is the Yorubas, the Igbos, and the
Mm.
Hausas. But however, in this three tribes, there are other sub tribes,
Mm-hmm.
and those sub tribes too has their own languages that they speak. But the general language for any Nigerian is the English.
Right.
But aside that, the one that anybody can also flow, anybody can understand is the pidgin. So if I don't want to speak English, the
Mm-hmm.
real English, I can speak the pidgin. And I heard that the Caribbeans also have the pidgin, kind of
Yes.
pidgin, but
Mm-hmm.
the way we can speak it, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
someone from Igbo can understand it, someone from
Understand it.
Yoruba can understand, someone also can understand it. But however, it's very sweet when it's actually some people actually know how to speak the pidgin very
Very.
well, and you just prefer to listen to those people than to
Than
you even
the,
speak it, because if I speak it, it may not be that interesting. But
right.
let a Benin person speak Igbo for you, no, speak the pidgin for you. You just say, "Oh my goodness!" And in fact, there's a pidgin Bible for that.
Okay.
So the way you listen to a pidgin Bible, you will love
So
to
you
read a
have the
Bible.
Pidgin Bible and then you
Hmm.
have the regular
We have
Bible.
the English
Okay.
Bible, but we have people are now doing the pidgin Bible
Mm-hmm.
because the pidgin is now almost any illiterate can understand the pidgin if you don't even go to school to understand the
The real
real
standard
English, but you
English
can use communicate with the
to
pidgin.
understand, right? And I like the fact that you touched on the tribes, especially the Yoruba, the Igbo. So we were having a conversation before this because I know ladies, we normally hear of the Igbo men, let me pronounce it right, do a
Yeah,
rest over here,
yeah.
and the Yoruba men, and like, ladies, stay far from us.